Hello my crooks. Welcome to the first read discussion. Today, you listen to Spider-Man, Mix. Peter Parker is a boy in high school. He was too cool to call a nerd, but couldn't be called jock nor cool. He is what we call a maverick. He was an outsider, but that can be due to the fact that 1 year ago he became Spider-Man. He was alone in the world. First Aunt May died when he just entered high school, with Ben joining her when Peter was in 10th grade. When CPS tried to talk to Peter about going to a group home, Peter refused and told them that it won't do anything for him. So, he found an apartment that they will pay for until he is 18. He has now in his junior year. What can we expect from Peter and what the adventure will await for him? Chapter 1. New Year, New Suit. Peter has woken up 3 hours before school begins and heads out home. He rushed out and swings around and sees that September sunrise. He doesn't hear nor see any crime. Peter reaches his school and notices that some buses are already here. He goes to the football field on top of a building that close and from the roof and grab his skateboard that on it. He rolls in and have his camera hanging around his neck. Peter tries to open his locker slowly, but he gets pushed around by Flash Thompson. Flash, a big guy who have blonde hair and green eyes. He best at football and basketball. They have known each other since pre-K. Peter, what is it now, Flashy? Flash, who are think that you talking to? Peter, to the person who asking the question. Flash leaves him alone knowing that if he fights Peter right now it would add one more to his record of fights. Peter then goes to his first period class 2 of Everyday Life Chemistry. When entering he can see the rivals princesses of the school. MJ and Gwen Stacy. They were polar opposite. Wanna represent the night, relax, loves to party. That would be MJ. Most of all boys were falling for her. Gwen, on the other hand, has a secret fanbase and only Peter knows. She's sorta the strict and study type girl. That civils be due to her father being the chief of police. The only thing that they have the same is that they both know Peter from a young age. MJ was the girl right next door and she and Peter were friends, but after middle school they stopped talking to each other. Gwen met Peter when they had a trip to a museum and they became friends when they reached the science part of it. Peter sits in the middle of the class and puts his head down. The teacher comes in and tell the classes morning. Time skip. Just know that this would be the class I be typing for cause with Spider-Man, it always one class we see and that it. Peter rolls out and he bump into Gwen who was waiting for her mother to pick her up. Peter, Gwen, is that you? Gwen, Peter, we have the same first period together. Peter, I know, but we didn't get a chance to talk, plus if I did a fanboy would attack me. Gwen, fanboy? I don't have any of those. Peter, oh how much you're wrong. Gwen, mom pulls up and sees Peter. Helen, Peter, look on how much you have grown. If you want I can give you a ride to your place. Peter declined the offer and he continued to stake back to the building that close to the field and put the skateboard back there. He the swings back home and when he did, he opened the door and close it. He puts his bag in his closet and open a box to reveal a suit. For any artist reading if want you draw this. The main 3 colors are a red, black and an accent of green. Imagine the basic suit of Andrew Garfield in the first movie with the yellow eyes. Just swap the blue with a deep black. On his mask there is a 2 green cut sorta like Grimjow from Bleach. He puts it on and focus on what path would he takes, but when he did it was the same old thief and stopping a few people from dying in crashes. That when someone was lurking around the block. A female voice, the little whittle spider. Time for the discussion. Peter Parker's development. Why did you choose to portray Peter as a sassy, self-reliant character who is navigating high school after becoming Spider-Man? How does this reflect his past experiences and current state of mind? Drawing inspiration from characters like Chris Jericho, Percy from Percy Jackson, and Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon can lend a charming, witty, and slightly chaotic vibe to Peter Parker. It makes sense that in his second year of being Spider-Man, Peter's identity as a hero is still evolving. Much like how these characters have to navigate their own challenges and figure out who they are in the process. By portraying him as a sassy, self-reliant character, I was trying to capture the essence of Peter's struggle to balance his responsibilities as a hero and his desire for independence. Flash Thompson. How does Flash's behavior towards Peter contribute to Peter's status as an outsider and his development as a maverick? Why did you choose to portray Flash as a bully rather than a straightforward jock or antagonist? Because I hated what MCU did with the character. Flash was always been a bully, and bullying can make someone as an outsider. Like someone can't belong, but when Peter got in his powers, it gave him the inner confidence to fight back, trying to find his place in the school. Spider-Man in action. What was the reason behind showing Peter's morning patrol as an uneventful one? How does this set up the pacing for his Spider-Man adventures later in the story? I did this to give the theme that Peter had everything under control, but also allow the canon event of what it means to a spider, that being always going through major events and changes without a big break. Now, this is how the discussion would go. For right now, I would think of a questions and answer them, and any other questions you may have will be in a separated video answering those questions. So, let me do my outro. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video, hit that sub, and remember that you are a part of my flock.